Hello everyone, welcome back to another recap video. Still talking on gold. We've had an interesting price action for the last 2 days. Based on our previous videos, we've been able to establish that we are bullish on gold and we expect higher prices, possibly all the way back to the all-time highs, but that has not happened. We had a drop on Sunday, open Monday, back into the OTE range level that we've been expecting to balance our price and then continue to push back up, maintaining bullish structures. But after that drop on Monday, coming into Tuesday, all our 1 hour expansions failed and refused to expand out of that level. So essentially, we've been stuck in the range since Tuesday and Wednesday. We've just been stuck in that range, and if you've been trying to trade this, you probably went through a lot of pain trying to trade this. So you can see on 1 hour time frame how this entire OTE range has just been keeping price, and we've not been able to break out of it up till Wednesday night, which was FOMC, then continuation overnight, and we're expecting higher prices. As long as this low is held and we do not break below it, and when I say break below it is we have an expansion candle that closes below it. If we have a candle that closes with a wick, we are still bullish. If we have a candle that closes with the entire body below these levels and possibly into these levels, then our bullish premise automatically switches to bearish until structure breaks again and we're back, and then we'll be back being bullish. So but right now you can see these lows are still being held, and one of the interesting things we're looking at this morning on Friday after we broke out of this range was that one, this entire range gives what we call accumulation. Basically when price is accumulating on prices, and if you're an ICT trader, you know after a long period of accumulation we have a false sense of expansion. That false sense of expansion usually in this case is what we call manipulation, and after a manipulation phase, the next phase we are looking at is a distribution phase. Because of that, we're expecting that if this entire range of price that we're in is going to hold, then we would expect PDRAs on these levels to bullish PDRAs on this range to hold. And what are the bullish PDRAs that we have? For starters, we have this as another block right there. We have this as a bullish fair value gap on the 1 hour. We have this as a wickless candle. If you understand wickless candles, you know price tends to or likes to clean them. In a sense, is candles without wicks, price likes to come back to create those wicks. Seeing that all the bullish PDRAs so far has been hit, we have just this left, this wick, and the entire other block left. So the only thing holding price is basically this other block, and as such, since we've gone below these levels and we're in the lower quadrant of the other block, other blocks are basically split into 2 levels. This other block split into 2 levels. That's the 50%. We've gone below that. This is the lower quadrant of the other block, and we have this wickless here. We are basically looking at this wick as the last defense, and we want to see price hold inside that wick. And in the process of doing that, you see that also cleans the wickless candle. Knowing that, we've basically drawn this defense. Know this is accumulation. I'm just going to change the color of that. Accumulation. So this right there is expected to be manipulation. Once this holds, we should expect higher prices. And because of that, we are dropping down to the 5 or 15 minutes. 15 minutes is where I like to create my executions on gold. That's just because it reduces a lot of guesswork. Once you have a 15-minute PDRA that holds, usually price goes in that direction for a bit. And we can see how price went into that week, created a bullish fair value gap right there. And then created an expansion right off. If you are able to catch this trade, which we did, stop loss below, entry in there, targets the relative equal highs. As we got that respect into that week, created that 15 minutes fair value gap, that was the entry to sweep these relative equal highs, and then possibly these highs, and then possibly all the highs that we have here, which are also relative equal highs. If this was too risky, this was another next level that could have been used. And this actually created a very interesting thing where if you see this, we created relative equal lows right there, and at 6:37 we made a move to sweep it, moved up a bit, came back to reprice this, moved up a bit, and we're back here. So continuation for when we do open at 6, I would expect the price expands or gaps up. We probably will open higher than this or this level and start to run all the ways to clean all these highs. So that's what we're expecting, really. And that's pretty much it. We're expecting higher prices all the way to this level and all-time highs, except structure changes and decides to go bearish. Thank you for staying tuned. See you in the next video. Cheers.